All right, welcome to another episode. This clip my good friend Jimmy sent me. I wasn't aware of it. It just probably happened tonight. It was an outtake from WWE's episode of Bring It to the Table. I saw the first episode with when Paul Heyman was on. This is it's a radio show. It's a radio show, and the host is Peter Rosenberg. I think he works out of Hot 97 from New York. I guess he's got a pretty decent following. But yeah, the first episode with Paul Heyman, they try to play it off as a shoot interview because WWE sees how popular the podcasts have become by ex wrestlers and how the shoot format has really taken off. It's very popular. So WWE tries to jump on that. But listen, and just I saw it in the first few minutes of the only episode I saw, which was the first episode with Paul Heyman. They try to make it like it's a shoot interview, but trust me, nothing with WWE or anybody involved with WWE is a shoot. The shoot means that they're talking honestly and it's their opinion, and it would go against it might go against the WWE's company policies or company narratives or whatever. They would get punished so fast, and they might lose their job, or somebody who's aspiring to work for WWE would never be considered for a future job. So anyway, it was a quick clip. So he starts off by saying that he's hot at the fans. Now, to me, it looked like he was like kind of smirking, and he was like in heel mode, and maybe he's just working the fans, to get a reaction. So then he brings up the last time he was on the show, Bring It to the Table. He talked about how he was shooting on the cruiserweights and how he talked about his show getting canceled on the network. And then he says, "Oh, I mentioned something nice about Roman Reigns," and he says the fans accused JBL of towing the company line. Yeah, it's not accused. It's the truth. It's the fact. Well, what do you think would happen if JBL or somebody who worked for WWE came out on a radio show or an interview and said something negative about Roman Reigns, the company's the face of the company's chosen one, who they invested money and time in? Probably not good. So yeah, JBL, you are towing the company line. You see, this is the WWE thinks that fans are stupid, or they just play along with it, which I always say they're in denial or they're delusional, maybe a little bit of both. So then he begins to bash all the internet fans, which by the way are WWE fans, and I guess the fans who attend the live shows, they're at the shows on the internet, right? When they all boo Roman Reigns every night, every show, night in, night out, week in, week out, month after month, year after year. It's 3 years now. I guess they're all on their tablets and phones on the internet, all talking about, hey, let's get together and boo Roman Reigns. He's coming out. So then he goes on to say the fans stand up because they hate Roman Reigns. Yeah, the fans stand up because they are passionate about hating this guy. They don't like him. Get over it. The fans can't can't be any more demonstrative to tell WWE that they don't want this guy. They get a strong, consistent negative reaction for going on 3 years now, 2.5 if you want to be nice. Let's just say we'll mark it for historical purposes. Royal Rumble 2015, the infamous Royal Rumble in Philadelphia, when The Rock came out and raised Roman Reigns' hand, and even he got booed out of the building. And he was hot about it. Let me tell you, he was hot about that. He was not happy about that, about getting booed. So then he claims that few people in the history of the business can cause an entire arena to stand up whenever they enter, whenever they pass the curtains and enter the ramp. Okay, because in the old days, or in if it was normal, after a consistent negative reaction to a performer by the fans, WWE or the company would have pulled the plug on him and scaled him back, taken away his push, or they would probably just get rid of him, fire him, or just put him in the low card. Or, hey, turn him heel. But we know that's not going to happen. Let me tell you, anybody who out there who has this hope and delusion and fantasy that WWE is going to turn Roman Reigns heel, forget it. They're not going to turn him heel. If you learned anything with John Cena in the last 10 years or the last 7 years, they are not turning him heel. So Triple H just came out the other day in an interview and said, "Oh, if 70% of the fans are booing him, then isn't he a heel already?" See, that just tells you. So forget it. So then he says he sees it night after night after night, and that is the true sign of a superstar. Really? That's the wrong reaction. That's not WWE's intended reaction. Yeah, they're I guess content that he is getting a reaction, but that's not the reaction they want. Because you say, "Oh, why? What do you mean?" Because if you always go back during the live show, they mute the booze. How could a whole arena of 10,000, 12,000 people, if you go to about last year to WrestleMania 32, 100,000 people, so supposedly, how could 90%, 80% of the arena go from booing loud, and all of a sudden they just it becomes a hush within a second? Or if you don't believe me, go back and go on YouTube or the network and just look at past shows and compare them from the live shows to the recorded shows. They edit out the sound. I guess they sure don't like the Roman Reigns sucks chants, right? Is that the sign of a true superstar? So why don't they just leave it in? Oh, if he's a heel already, so why not leave it in? Isn't that what heels get? They get "you suck" chants because the fans hate them, right? And let me tell you, it's not just the sound. Even after he wins or loses, they go and show you quick shots of the live crowd, and it's probably not live. They just show you shots of reactions, fans' reactions of how they want to present it to you, whether it's fans that are happy or fans that are sad. But that's not the true reaction to Roman Reigns or Roman Reigns' match. It's from a previous match or probably earlier in the match. But anyway, and he says whether you love him or hate him, Roman Reigns has earned the spot. Listen, nobody said he hasn't earned the spot. Yeah, he's above average performer, but he is not the top guy that WWE wants to put this guy in, the slot that he wants to put him. He is not the top guy. He's trash on the mic. He's one of the worst performers, wrestlers, male, female, that I've ever heard on the mic. He's boring. He has no charisma, does not relate to the crowd. He's boring. "Hey, I'm Roman Reigns. This is my yard. I'm the guy." What the hell is that? He comes out every time, the same thing. He stands there mean mugging the crowd. He's supposed to be the hero. He's supposed to be the good guy. He acts, talks, wrestles like a heel. But the announcers present him as a hero, because if you pay attention, WWE books their heels, their top heels, as cowards. They always run away. They always need help uh, from outside interference to win their matches. They never win their matches on their own. They always make excuses. But the hero is brave, courageous, always is up for the challenge. It doesn't matter the odds. They never need help, outside help, to win. Fans are not stupid. They could see that. I mean, are they trying? Are they talking to 5-year-olds, 7-year-olds? I think maybe at 9, 10, kids are smart enough to understand what's going on, and it's not because of the internet. So then he tears this piece of trash, JBL, and I don't care if he is doing a work or trying to get a reaction from the fans. The truth is said in jest, and he believe me, this is how WWE truly feels. And he tears into the fans, calling them internet crybaby fans because they stand up because they hate him. That's the reason he says the fans. That's the reason the fans give for standing up, because they hate him. Yeah, again, I have to tell you, sitting down and booing is not enough, because WWE doesn't want to acknowledge the boos. They don't want to acknowledge that the fans are rejecting him. It's not a trend. It's not like they boo him from when he comes out, and then at the end when he does win, everybody cheers. I would say, yeah, the fans are just trolling, but no, they're not. They boo before, when he comes in, during the match, after the match. They cheer his opponent all the time, and they boo him. When Roman Reigns goes on offense, they boo him. When his opponent goes on offense, they cheer. And they always book him against a heel. They build up his opponents as heels, and the fans cheer them over Roman Reigns. So then the host Peter Rosenberg chimes in and he says, "Well, now I'm getting hot because during the Shield days, it was the fans who chose Roman Reigns. It wasn't. They didn't choose Seth Rollins. They didn't choose Dean Ambrose. They chose Roman Reigns. We did. They did. I didn't choose Roman Reigns. I know a lot of people who I talk to that are wrestling fans. They didn't choose Roman Reigns. When I first saw the Shield, I said, okay, these three guys have potential. They have the it factor. I said Seth Rollins was the best in-ring worker. I said Dean Ambrose was the best talker. And Roman Reigns, I said, yeah, he's the big guy. He's athletic, but has no mic skills and won't go anywhere unless he improves on his mic skills. Because if if you're decent enough in the beginning in ring, you're gonna improve most likely. But mic skills, that's the whole different thing. That's a whole different ball game. There's no guarantee you improve on mic skills, talking skills, and he hasn't. You notice WWE doesn't make him talk too much, which that's what they should. Don't talk. Say a couple words and that's it. Say I'm overraged of the card. So yeah, I didn't choose Roman Reigns. We knew early on, uh, after about 3 4 months, it was evident. Everybody knew that it was evident that Roman Reigns was being protected. He was being showcased as the star of the Shield. He was going to be the future of the Shield. Was it the fans? Yeah, the fans used to pop for the triple power bomb and for certain spots, but that's because it was the Shield. It wasn't individual. It was tag team. That changed when they started going. They started making these guys singles wrestlers. So I don't know who told Peter Rosenberg that the fans chose Roman Reigns, but he's another shill who's he needs WWE to get guests for shows and ratings. So I don't. He's towing the company line too because he says anything negative or doesn't agree, they'll cut him out so fast, and then he'll have nobody on his show. And then this Rosenberg, he has the audacity to tell the fans, he says, stop it, stop booing Roman Reigns because Roman Reigns is doing some of the best in ring work today. He is. Well, I must have missed it. What does he do that's so special? Punch, 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 clothesline, punch, 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 Superman punch, Superman punch, Superman punch, spear, kick out of two, kick out of two. Doesn't sell. Doesn't sell. He never sells. He hardly sells. I don't know if it's him or if it's the backstage telling him not to sell too much. He's awful. He is. What did I just say before? He when in the beginning you can improve in your wrestling skills. I think he's actually regressed. He has that one cool move, the razor's edge into the power bomb, but they don't make that part of his repertoire because he wants because the fans will begin to expect it, and he can't put that move on everybody. He can't put that move on big men like Big Show or Braun Strowman or The Undertaker. So then Rosenberg says, "You're saying you hate him, but you're standing up." Yes, we are. He sucks. He's garbage. We can't say it any loud enough. Oh, but you're still watching. Yeah? Check the ratings. They dropped. Last year after WrestleMania, the first Raw, it did a 3.6. The next that was the when the night after Roman Reigns won the WWE title at WrestleMania, the week after, it dropped to under 3. I'm out. Like and subscribe.